Joe Abuso has become a regular guest on Outlook Houston. Of course, when we asked him to share his thoughts on creating a great dish for the holidays, he didn't hesitate to come up with something that looks absolutely fabulous. Now, he's here this morning to share his recipe for wild rice cranberry salad. Joe, welcome to Outlook Houston. I mean, you're like my co-host almost.
It's nice to be back, Yolanda.
So you got the table all set up. Let's talk about it, because Thanksgiving's coming, Joe, and I'm promising I'm going to do at least one dish for Thanksgiving this year.
All right. I think so.
So I need you to help me out.
Thanksgiving, it's kind of stressful for everybody because they're having relatives over, and it's even if you're a good cook, even if you're handy in the kitchen, you don't want to be thinking. You don't want to be worrying that things are going to go wrong. You don't want to.
You got enough stress on you, but besides having stress in the kitchen.
I couldn't have said it better. One of the reasons I haven't spoken to my family in years, because I'm a chef and I still freak out when they come over for dinner. So anyway, what I did today was just a nice side dish that you can do a day ahead of time. Stick it in the refrigerator, put it in a Tupperware or something, take it out, put it on the table, and not even think about it the day of. And it's kind of a treat. It's kind of special, but it's very, very, very easy.
And you got all of your ingredients
got all my
lined
ingredients
up here. Like
laid out.
I don't think I'd ever seen a real cranberry.
Well, stick around, and this is your opportunity. But anyway, it's a wild rice cranberry salad, basically. First thing I'm going to show you how to do is cook wild rice, and that is probably the trickiest part, and it's not very tricky.
Yeah, and because I asked you before we got started if this was Uncle Ben's wild rice, and I use Uncle Ben's, just, you know.
I'm a big...
But this is regular wild rice.
This is just plain old wild rice. I don't even know that Uncle Ben makes wild rice, so they probably do. They make everything else. I'm a big fan of Uncle Ben's converted rice for white rice. I think it's perfect rice every time, no matter how... culinarily challenged you are in the kitchen. I'm culinarily challenged. You can get Uncle Ben's, not you, but one could get Uncle Ben's to come out perfect every time. It's true. So I'm a big fan of Uncle Ben's. But this is not, it's not white rice, it's wild rice. Rice, like wild rice, or white rice or brown rice is a grain. Wild rice, I don't know if you could check it out on the board here. Can you see that?
It's probably a little bit too small.
Probably too small. It's teeny tiny. Yeah. Anyway, it's more of a it's a grass is what it is. It's not really a grain.
Okay, Joe, you're gonna tell me that before I get ready to eat this. It's grass.
It's grass, but you know.
I'm trying to get it between my fingers, and it's just there it is. They got it.
There we go. It's like little sticks. It looks like little sticks.
Almost look like little bugs there, but we know they're not bugs.
But you would never say that because that's going to turn people away from my dish.
Yeah,
you know?
Of course.
But it does look like little sticks. Let's say little sticks.
Yeah.
But they're hard as a rock, and I don't know if you can. See this? Let me try to get it. There you go. If you try to break one, you couldn't even.
Yeah,
it's just
Joe
really
can't
hard.
break it. Okay, so now we got to go ahead and cook this
okay,
thing,
no
because I don't
problem.
want to run out of time.
So anyway,
little
sticks of grass is what it is. You don't have to worry about cooking it like you would even Uncle Ben's. All you do is you get your wild rice, you throw it in some water. Salted water is good. Stir it around.
Like cooking regular rice.
It's even easier because, you know, wild rice you have to go like 2 to 1, 2 water to 1 rice or whatever. This you don't have to do that. You can just put, I don't know if you get a shot of it, all you do is just put a quantity of rice.
Yeah, turn it to the side a little bit, let them see it. Can you see that?
Can you check that out? Possibly.
I think Meryl's gonna get
there
that
we go.
Yeah.
If I turn any more, I'm going to spill it. But all you do is put a quantity of water. It can be like 5 times, 6 times, it doesn't matter. Because all you're really doing is simmering the rice in water. It doesn't have to be an exact measurement. Cook it for anywhere between maybe 20 minutes and 30 minutes. It depends on how dry the rice is.
Okay.
But the whole thing is
once the rice is done, Joe, it's going to look like this,
we're moving along. It starts out as little dark sticks. It ends up as
little brown sticks.
Little brown sticks, but they're still little sticks. Okay, if here's the, I don't know if I'm making this too hard. If here's the raw rice, here's the cooked rice. It looks about the same. It's a little bit lighter in color.
No, Joe, actually, to the untrained eye, this looks a little bit better than what you just put in that water.
You know,
I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you. Okay, let's move on to the dish before we run out of time.
The way you can do it wrong is if you overcook wild rice, it kind of pops open, looks like popcorn almost, like dark popcorn. What happens then is it loses the nice nutty flavor that wild rice, it's kind of the draw to wild rice is the texture and a kind of a nice nutty flavor. If you overcook it, if it pops open like popcorn, it just ends up losing all its flavor and not being very special.
So the rice is really the only part of the dish that you cook, is that right?
Bingo. So I've got my wild rice cooked. Then what I'm going to add to it is some teeny tiny diced yellow and red pepper. And the way to do that, I'm going to show you real fast.
Okay, now I put mine in the dicer, Joe.
You can do that. There's nothing wrong with that.
It's really
but
easy
if you
to
have a
just put it in
cutting
the
board
chopper.
and you have a knife, then you get your pepper, you cut a slice off, you kind of make it a little skinnier, and then boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, you make that look real easy.
Well,
like I'm really going to get that done
this
at
is like
home
the
that fast.
third time I've done this, so I mean I'm feeling pretty cocky about it. So
But
anyway,
I'm telling you, that chopper works well for me.
I dice yellow peppers, I dice red peppers, I add them to my cooked wild rice. I add, okay, that's the red, here's the yellow. These are little sun-dried cranberries that I've reconstituted for a few hours in warm water. I'm gonna dump them in there.
So when I buy my cranberries at the store,
yeah,
I put
they
them
look like
warmer.
they look like raisins almost.
Okay.
But they're cranberries, and it's Thanksgiving.
And what's parsley?
Chopped parsley, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of nice salt.
Now you got that regular salt. You don't
I've
have
got
like
this groovy sea salt because I'm the kind of guy I am. A little bit of maple syrup, a little bit of Tabasco because we live in Texas, and who knows, there might be somebody from Louisiana in the neighborhood. A little bit of mayonnaise, just enough mayonnaise to barely hold it all together.
Mix it up and let's show them how we're mixing that up.
Yeah, I'm just mixing it in a bowl. Thank you.
Yeah, I can hold the bowl.
You know, it's a job that will never lose its appeal. Okay, that's all there is to it. Now, I'm going to put it on a little platter.
Switch places.
Put it on a little platter.
And so that's the rice, and it's going to taste great.
And you can do this the day before if you're in the mood and you've got some yellow peppers extra. You can put them on the plate
to make it look a little bit more
just to make
appealing.
it look prettier, red and yellow. Again, do it the day before. It tastes great.
You know what? It smells good.
It smells.
If
yeah.
nothing else, Joe.
If it doesn't smell good, there's something wrong with it. I mean, that's not just this dish. That's any dish.
So it's wild rice, a little bit of peppers, salt, pepper, just a little bit of mayonnaise.
Just enough to hold together.
You put a lot of mayonnaise in here.
I did not.
Okay, you didn't.
Thank you.
But it's a great dish for Thanksgiving.
Do it ahead of time. It's easy. It's kind of festive. It's wintry. And it's just a nice thing to do that you don't have to even think about the day of Thanksgiving.
And believe me, I don't want to think about it when I cook. Thank you very much, Joe.